Our dystopian future. Oh, is anyone else tired of just all the videos, the articles about this? I just can't take it. The collapse of America, we're going to be round up. It just drives you up the wall. I'm so over it. You know, Bo Jiden is going to come with his Obamaites, and they're going to put us all in a pen. And I just came across an article. I forgot who the author was, via Lou Rockwell. And Lou Rockwell is just basically an assortment of various, not even right-wing, far from right-wing stuff, but you know, the collapse of America, the tyranny that's coming, the dystopian future. And I'm like, oh. So this guy, Matt McKinley from Quantum of Conscious video, YouTube channel, he was talking about this guy, Sage of Quay, interviewed a guy named Jordan Maxwell from 2014. And Jordan Maxwell's like, it's over, they're coming for us, it's going to be Mao, you know, the young communists and whatnot. And here he is, 2000, and Jordan Maxwell since passed. And I don't know who Jordan Maxwell is. I guess he has a big influence on the truther community. I don't know who he is, but and yet here we are, you know, 9 years later, and none of that has happened. And I was reading this article by Greta Thunberg, everyone's favorite teenage Sweden teenager who tells us how to live our lives, who 5 years ago, 2018, said, we only have 5 years to stop fossil fuels or else humanity as they know it will be dead. And like, here we are, 2023, and the 5 years has gone by and we're still alive and kicking. And guess what she said in 2023? We only have 5 more years to stop the use of fossil fuels or humanity will decline a horrible death. Was it 2018? Was it AOC or somebody saying we only have 10 years left to live? And you know, Al Gore's, it just drives me insane. And we get it from the right wing. They're going to take away your. I mean, look, there will be a digital currency. That's just a fact. It probably will be based on some credit score in terms of, you know, how you have access to your money. I don't know what the credit score will be, but you know, there's probably will be some kind of digital credit currency, and there's going to be some kind of issue that, you know, if you have, you know, wrong think, you know, I don't know, I have no clue. That won't stop me from coming. All right. So, all right. I mean, is that the same as being put in a commie freaking concentration camp? No. I mean, do you like it? No. You know, I don't like a lot of things. And yet here we are today. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the negativity. I don't like Bo Jiden any more than you do. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Trump is going to solve all this? No. Silly. Come on. And I look back, you know, we had internment camps for Japanese Americans. Germans weren't looked up back very kindly in the World War I era. My granddad's dad fled from, you know, basically Austria to the United States in the mid-teens, and you know, he had my grandpa born in Kansas City. But anyway, in the early teens, you know, their mid-teens, during World War I, they were looked at, you know, as being part of the German people. You know what I'm saying? They weren't held very in highest regard, and yet they survived. You know, I mean, it was literally elite. There was ration cards. You couldn't just. Do not forget 1970s. To go fill up your tank with gas, there were rationing cards that based on your license plate. You were drafted to go fight and die another man's war overseas in Korea, Vietnam, World War II. I imagine World War I, II. I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, you were drafted. What? Now, literally, you're sitting there minding your own business, you get a draft card, you got to go fight Vietnam. Why? Because we got to kill those commies. Why? Because if they don't, they'll kill us over here. Okay, well, why do I have to sacrifice my life for that? We don't have that. I mean, so the dystopia that everyone talks about, we've already had. It was illegal to own gold under FDR from 1935 to like 1971 or whatever. Nixon got rid of the Bretton Woods, whatever it was, 72. You'd go to jail for owning gold. If you're Eugene Debs, you went to jail for speaking against World War I. Just speaking. He wasn't rabble-rousing. He wasn't killing people like John D. Rockefeller thugs did in Colorado against the Union miners and their children and wife and children. You know, they killed the strikers' kids against the coal mines from Colorado, Ludlow, Colorado. They killed them, and no one went to jail. No one did, not just the miners, they killed the women and children. Nothing happened. Eugene Debs went to jail for spouting off against World War I, even though freaking Wilson said we'd never go to World War I. He went to jail. He was in there for like 4 years. You would go to jail if you traded in gold. You couldn't freaking, I mean, literally, World War, there's ration cars. You couldn't just go buy beef. You had a limit on what you could do. You couldn't just go fill up your car with gas. They're rationing on your gas. Why? Because they want to make sure that enough money enough resources to fight the war machine. What? And yet you're worried about a dystopian future here because of CBDC? It's crazy to me. We've already been through it. Will it come again? Where it's like the Cormac McCarthy, the guy who wrote The Road, I guess, just died. And I get so sick. And I like The Road. Road's a great book. It's fun to read, entertaining. I enjoy very much the dystopian novels. I like time travel novels, I like dystopian novels. I like there's a book, about baseball going back to the 1800s, about baseball going back to the 1800s. And I like that very much. Like a guy time travels with a Cincinnati Red, going back to, I can't remember what it's called, going back to the 1800s. I very much enjoyed those books. And that's not a dystopian book. I like that stuff, though. But it's like the idea, I just look around, dude. Look around. So I got a guy, I don't feel like, I have an inverter generator that isn't starting. I'm sure the carburetor's got gunked. And I don't feel like taking apart and messing around the carburetor. I have no desire to do it. I've done this before. I hate it. I'm not good at it. Can I do it? Maybe. All the time and energy I put into it, I'm not even sure I'm going to fix it. I've done it with lawnmowers. Sometimes I get it fixed, sometimes I don't, and sometimes I just want to jump off a bridge. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not good at it. I don't have the patience, and I'm fat-fingered. I don't have good dexterity for going in there and doing these freaking tiny fuel lines and all this stuff. Anyway, so there's a guy over here who does that stuff. $40 deposit. Probably costs you $150 to do it. The inverter itself only costs $400. But and I've only used it a couple times. The point being, there's still this guy. I'm paying him, gonna pay him cash. You see what I'm saying? And whether or not they get rid of cash outright, I don't know. It's not gonna happen overnight. There's so much cash that's floating around out there. They're not gonna say you can't have cash overnight. It's gonna be a slow, gradual decay of somewhat your personal liberty. But it's not gonna be a dystopian where you're eating your kid's flesh like in Jeremiah. It's just, yeah, you adapt and overcome. This is the thing about the Army that taught me more than anything. You adapt and like when I was in Ranger School. No, I didn't pass, but I still use this as an example. It's amazing how resilient your body is without food and sleep. Now, sleep, you need to sleep more than you need food, frankly. But your body it doesn't just shut down. It just adapts and overcomes. You know what I'm saying? But my sleeping, I was like, dude, I got to get some sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because you start literally hallucinating. It's crazy. If you don't get sleep, at least I was hallucinating. It's nuts. I imagine that's like these monks and these guys who go on their fasting, for 40 days and whatnot. I imagine they're getting a hallucination where God is speaking to them. By the way, you just adapt and you overcome. The idea that they're going to come take your children, that they're going to come take your firearms, that they're going to come do this, that the grid's going to go down for 6 months on end. All this stuff could happen. 100% it could. To live as if it will happen is absurd to me. And then I want people to apologize who've made these predictions that have never come to fruition. The right-wingers with all their doomsday crap, we're all going to be sent to commie camps. The commie intern, they're going to round us up. And all the left-wing of their climate change doomsday. I just want some apologies. That's what I want. I want apologies. And we're not getting it. And they'll never get it because it's too easy to prey on people's fears. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, so right now I'm going to mail a couple books. If you want a signed copy of my most recent books, Relax and Retire, let me know. I can charge you $20 for the labor, for the printing costs, and your old buddy Josh, valuable signature. I will see you.